Listen closely because the clock on the wall is not just counting time, it is counting down. It took me a decade of suffering, wandering, and stumbling through the dark to understand the truths I'm about to hand you in the next 20 minutes. The universe is indifferent to your existence. The sun does not ask for permission to rise. The earth spins without caring if you are ready to face the day. Whether you are exhausted, heartbroken, or paralyzed by fear, the river of time flows violently forward, and it will never ever swim back for you. Every time you open your eyes, you are given a brutal ultimatum. Move or be discarded. Look around you. Think of the faces you used to know. Friends who drifted into obscurity. Opportunities that dissolved into thin air. Moments you thought were infinite that are now nothing but fading echoes. The world does not hit the pause button because you are tired. It does not slow its rotation because you are grieving. And it certainly does not wait for you to stop being lazy. This is why the morning is not just a time of day, it is a judgment. Every dawn offers you a blank page, but it also demands an answer to a single question. Will you be the victim of yesterday or the master of today? The reality is harsh, but it is the only path to freedom. No one is coming to save you. The crowd is too busy drowning in their own chaos to pull you out of yours. But do not let this dishearten you. Let it empower you. If no one is coming, that means the throne of your life is empty, and you are the only one qualified to sit on it. Most people who clicked on this video have already left. They want the easy lie, not the hard truth. But you are still here. That tells me there is a spark in you. However, watching is not enough. You need to commit. If you are truly ready to stop drifting and start living, subscribe to Living Stoic right now. If you are too proud to learn or too lazy to click a button that costs you nothing, then perhaps you aren't ready for the wisdom that follows. Prove to yourself you can take a simple action. Subscribe. Now let's begin. Lesson 1. The indifference of time. Let us strip away the illusion. Life waits for nobody. It is not patient. It is not kind. It does not knock on your door to ask if you are prepared. The greatest tragedy of the human condition is the lie we tell ourselves. I have time. We whisper, I will do it tomorrow. We promise. Next week will be different. We dream of someday, but understand this. Someday is a graveyard. It is the place where dreams go to die. Someday is code for never. If you have a vision, a burning desire to change, or a goal that keeps you awake at night, you must understand that the universe will not wait for you to feel comfortable. It will not wait until your bank account is full or your fear has vanished. You are waking up in a moving vehicle. While you hit snooze, someone else is up. While you debate whether to start, someone else is finishing. While you scroll through the curated lives of others on your phone, someone is building the empire you fantasize about. The Stoic emperor, Marcus Aurelius, wrote a warning to himself that you must burn into your mind. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. He wasn't being morbid, he was being urgent. You do not own tomorrow. You do not have a contract with next year. All you possess is this fleeting breath. How many days have you already incinerated on the altar of procrastination? How many times have you said, I'll start Monday, only to wake up 6 months later in the exact same pit of stagnation? This is the penalty of believing life will wait. It won't. The pain of discipline is sharp, but the pain of regret is dull and heavy, and it lasts forever. Nature cycles on. People are born, civilizations rise and fall, and you are just a blink in the eye of eternity. You can either flow with this current, striking with purpose each day, or you can be dragged across the jagged rocks of time. So how does this change your morning? It means the moment your eyes open, you are on a battlefield. If you start with lethargy, you have already lost the day. If you start with purpose, you align yourself with the cosmos. Ask yourself, if today was the last day you had to make a mark on this world, would you spend it lying in bed? Would you waste it on trivial nonsense? Successful men and women are not sorcerers. They simply understand the scarcity of time. They move with a terrifying sense of urgency. They do not wait for the right mood. They act. They fail. They rise. They repeat. Here is your challenge. Tomorrow, do not touch your phone. Do not look for a dopamine hit. Rise, breathe, and tell yourself, time is hunting me, and I will not be caught sleeping. Write this in the comments to seal this pact. I will not wait for life. I will rise with it. Lesson 2. Fortify your vessel. Here is a truth that society tries to hide from you. You are replaceable to everyone except yourself. If you collapse today, your employer will have a job posting up by tomorrow afternoon. Your duties will be assigned to another. Even your family, though they will grieve, will eventually have to learn to survive without you. The machinery of the world will grind on over your bones. That is why prioritizing yourself is not vanity. It is survival. You cannot pour water from a cracked pitcher. You cannot build a legacy, protect your family, or serve your community if your mind is shattered and your body is rotting from neglect. Yet we wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. We skip sleep, we eat poison, and we let stress corrode our nervous systems, thinking this makes us hard workers. That is not sacrifice. That is slow suicide. The Stoics, specifically Epictetus, taught that we must treat our body and mind like a fortress. If the walls crumble, the treasure inside, your soul, your intellect, your capacity to love, is left defenseless. Your first duty every morning is to the architect. You. What is the point of accumulating wealth if you are dying of stress? What is the value of a career if your body fails before you can enjoy the fruit of your labor? True discipline requires intelligence. It means respecting the vehicle that carries you through this life. It means fueling it with nutrition, not garbage. It means strengthening it with iron and sweat, not weakening it with sloth. It means sharpening the mind with silence and books, not dulling it with mindless media. Think of your morning routine as the foundation of a skyscraper. If you pour quicksand, chaos, rushing, anxiety, the building will topple. If you pour concrete, hydration, movement, reflection, you can build to the heavens. To neglect yourself is actually the most selfish thing you can do. Why? Because when you break, you become a burden. You become the weight that others must carry. By being strong, you become the pillar that holds others up. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that we have power over our minds, not outside events. Each morning you must sanitize your thoughts. Are you waking up and immediately drinking the poison of envy, fear, and anger? Or are you armoring your mind with gratitude and resolve? Imagine two warriors. One wakes up, checks the news, sees the chaos, feels inadequate looking at Instagram, and eats sugar. The other wakes up, drinks water, meditates on his mortality, and moves his body. Who wins the war of life? The answer is obvious. Do not wait for a heart attack to value your heart. Do not wait for a breakdown to value your peace. Say this with me and leave it in the comments below. I will take care of myself first so I can serve the world better. Lesson 3. The graveyard of regret. Regret is a ghost that haunts the living. It is a heavy chain that you drag around your ankle, making every step forward exhausted and painful. It whispers to you about the could-haves and should-haves. But listen to me. Regret is absolute poison unless you distill it into medicine. We all have mornings where we stare at the ceiling, paralyzed by the memories of the path not taken. The lover we lost, the business we didn't start, the words we left unspoken. But the Stoics teach us a fundamental law of physics for the soul. The past is dead. It is ash. You cannot hold it, you cannot shape it, and you certainly cannot change it. Epictetus told us that we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. When you regret, you are suffering for a phantom. You are reliving a pain that no longer exists in the physical world. Stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start demanding, what did this teach me? This alchemy changes everything. Your failure is no longer a shame. It is a masterclass. Your heartbreak is no longer a wound, it is wisdom. Every year you wasted is not a loss if it drives you to never waste another second. The danger of regret is that it acts like a blindfold. If you are constantly looking backward at the ruins of yesterday, you will walk off a cliff today. You cannot drive a car by staring into the rearview mirror. You will crash. How do you release this heavy burden? First, accept the fact that you are human. You are flawed. You were not born wise. Wisdom is the scar tissue of mistakes. Forgive the person you were back then. They didn't know what you know now. Second, take violent action today. The only cure for regret is progress. If you regret being out of shape, do a push-up right now. If you regret being poor, read a book on finance right now. Prove to yourself that the future is malleable. The sun that rose this morning is not the same sun that set yesterday, and you are not the same person. Do not shackle the new you to the corpse of the old you. Let your past be the library you visit for reference, not the prison where you live. I am pausing here because this is where most people tune out. It gets too real. They want entertainment, not a mirror showing them their own wasted potential. But you claim to be different. You claim to want the Stoic path. Prove it. If you haven't subscribed to Living Stoic yet, ask yourself why. Is it rebellion? Or is it a fear of committing to a higher standard? Join us. Don't be a tourist in the land of wisdom. Subscribe and hit the bell. Let's continue. Lesson 4. The architect versus the worker. Every morning, the gavel bangs, and the court of life is in session. You have a choice. Will you build your own kingdom, or will you carry bricks for someone else's? This is a bitter pill for many. We spend the prime years of our lives, our vital energy, and our creative spirit fueling a vision that is not ours. Look at the logo on your paycheck. Look at the building you walk into. That was someone's dream. That was someone's late night. That was someone's risk. You are enjoying their creation because they dared to build while others slept. If you drift through your mornings, if you have no plan, you automatically become a resource for someone who does. If you don't have a destination, you will be hired to row the boat for someone who does. Now, this is not to say that employment is shameful. It puts food on the table. It teaches discipline. But if your life begins and ends with your job title, you have lost your soul. The Stoics believed in fulfilling your nature. If you have a song, a business, a book, or an idea inside you, and you let it die because you were too busy working for a boss, you have betrayed yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." If your ambition is only to survive until the weekend, your worth is limited. Building your dream does not mean being reckless. It does not mean quitting your job today and starving. It means stealing back your mornings. It means rising an hour early to work on your vision before you sell your hours to someone else. That hour before the world wakes up is sacred ground. It is the holy hour to write the page, code the app, plan the strategy, learn the skill. If you delay, your dream does not just wait, it decays. And worse, you will wake up at 60 years old, looking at a stranger in the mirror, realizing you spent 40 years building a mansion for a stranger while you lived in a shack. Ask yourself every single morning, whose empire am I building today? If the answer is never mine, then you are in danger. Affirm this: I choose to build my dream, one morning at a time. Lesson 5. The power of silence. In an era of noise, silence is the ultimate weapon. We live in a culture that screams. People announce their diets, their business plans, their relationships, and their next moves before they have even started. They want the applause before the performance. But the Stoics knew a secret: silence protects. When you speak about your dreams too early, you expose them to the elements. You invite the winds of doubt, the rain of envy, and the storms of sabotage. Not everyone wants you to win. In fact, your ascension shines a bright light on their stagnation, and they will resent you for it. They will say, "That's risky," or "Who do you think you are?" These are seeds of doubt. If your roots are not deep, these words will kill your dream. Furthermore, psychology tells us that telling people your goals gives you a premature sense of satisfaction. Your brain releases dopamine as if you've already achieved it, and your drive to actually do the work evaporates. Work in the shadows. Be the submarine beneath the surface. Let them think you are doing nothing. Let them think you are average. While they are talking, you are grinding. While they are posting, you are planning. Epictetus taught that if you wish to improve, You must be content to be thought foolish and stupid by others. Let them misunderstand you. You do not need their validation. You need your own results. Greatness does not need a megaphone. It speaks for itself. The lion does not have to announce that it is dangerous. Guard your intentions like gold. Share them only with those who are in the arena with you, fighting the same battle. For everyone else, offer only your silence and your polite smile. The next time you feel the urge to brag about what you're going to do, swallow it. Transmute that energy into action. Tomorrow morning, sit in silence. Remind yourself, my results will be my noise. Lesson 6. Filter the voices. The world is a cacophony of unsolicited advice. Your parents, your neighbors, your broke friends, the internet, everyone has a roadmap for your life. But here is the rule that will save you years of wandering. Never accept directions from someone who has never been where you want to go. It sounds simple, yet we violate this daily. We take financial advice from people drowning in debt. We take relationship advice from the lonely or the toxic. We take career advice from people who hate their jobs. Why do we listen? Because we crave approval. But the Stoics warned us. The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. Wisdom is not a democracy. The majority is usually wrong. The majority is usually mediocre. If you do what everyone else does, you will get what everyone else gets. You must become a gatekeeper of your mind. Filter your circle ruthlessly. This doesn't mean you stop loving your family or friends, but it means you stop giving them a vote on your destiny. If you want to be wealthy, listen to the wealthy. If you want to be peaceful, listen to the serene. If you want to be strong, listen to the disciplined. Surround yourself with the giants whose shoulders you wish to stand on. If you cannot find them in person, find them in books, in podcasts, in history. Let the words of Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus drown out the gossip of your coworkers. Ultimately, the most important voice is the one inside you. The quiet intuition that knows what you are capable of. When you silence the noise of the world, you can finally hear your own soul speak. Affirm this: I will only listen to voices that empower my future. Lesson 7. The compound effect of consistency. Finally, we arrive at the engine of all success. Life does not reward the intelligent. It does not reward the talented. It rewards the consistent. Mornings have taught me that excuses are the enemy of greatness. You can have results or you can have excuses, but you cannot have both. We are obsessed with the quantum leap, the overnight success. But that is a myth. A river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. One workout will not make you an athlete. One healthy meal will not cure you. 1 hour of study will not make you a genius. But 1,000 workouts, 1,000 healthy meals, 1,000 hours of study, that makes you untouchable. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. We waste it on inconsistency. We take 1 step forward and 2 steps back." Excuses are seductive. They comfort us. I'm too tired. It's too cold. I'll do it later. But realize this: every excuse is a brick in the wall that separates you from your potential. Consistency is the only currency that matters. It compounds. It grows silently in the background until one day the world looks at you and calls you lucky. They didn't see the 5 a.m. mornings. They didn't see the work done in the dark. Your morning routine must be non-negotiable. It doesn't have to be long, but it must be constant. Even if your world is falling apart, you do the work. Even if you are sad, you do the work. This builds trust with yourself. When you say you will do something and you actually do it, you build an unshakable confidence. You become a force of nature. Tomorrow morning, when the weakness in your mind begs you to stay in bed, answer it with movement. Comment this affirmation: I choose consistency over comfort. We have walked through the fire together. You now possess the truths that took me a lifetime to gather. Life waits for nobody. You must fortify yourself first. Regret is dead weight. Drop it. Build your dream or be a slave to another's. Work in silence. Filter the voices and be relentless in your consistency. The sun will rise tomorrow whether you are ready or not. The river of time will flow. The only variable is you. You are not powerless. You are not a victim. You are a living Stoic. Do not just listen to these words, live them. Wake up, rise, and seize what is yours. I am living Stoic. I will see you at dawn.